Peyton Manning was having fun on the Manning cast and had some suggestions for rule changes. We'll get to that in about 18 minutes or so. So stick around for that. Bo Nix, and we'll get to Brett Kane hating Ralphie, which was, boy, I didn't have that on my bingo card for this morning, but okay. And we'll hear from Deion Sanders from earlier today as they get ready to take on BYU. Woof. See what's up with that. Game, not me.
We would all agree that it's way, way too early to have this conversation, right?
Well, I think they're going to beat Cincinnati, so I think it's a moot point. It's more of a, if Mike Sanford is right and they lose to Cincinnati,
all right,
they're certainly probably going to lose to the Eagles. What happens then after those 4 losses in a row in England to the Jets? It's more like that. But I don't think that's going to happen because I think they're going to beat Cincinnati.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of what-ifs along the way, right? I mean, as of today, with the information that we have, this is a silly conversation. If they lose to the Bengals, I would still say it's still a silly conversation to be had in the present tense. Now, making assumptions that you're going to continue to lose games down the road, I get where you're going, right? But in the present tense, today, silly conversation. In the present tense, even if you lose the Bengals game, silly conversation. Now, if that full reality were to unfold and you lose 4 straight games, all right. I mean, yeah, we could probably have a conversation.
To the one texter, took Jared Goff a long time. Is that what they said?
Yeah, that's what they said. Actually, he went to the Super Bowl with the Rams.
His second year in the league with the Rams, he was 11-4 as a starter.
That's pretty good.
28 touchdowns, 7 picks, led the league at 12.9 yards per catch.
Yeah, and let's not forget it was a tequila-fueled night of drinking in Cabo that got Sean McVay to, get the wheels going after he was doing shots with Matthew Stafford that made that trade possible.
And by the way,
Jared Goff was the number one, right?
His third year in the league, he was 13-3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now he's a $50 million quarterback on one of the coolest, hottest teams in the league with the coach of a team that's completely behind him. I mean, I see where you're going. Did Jared Goff ever have a series of 3 bad games in a row like Bo Nix just had?
Well, his rookie year he did. See, he didn't have as good a rookie year.
As far as I can tell, the rookie
he only
year
started seven games.
All right. Well, the rookie year's done for Bo Nix. That thing is gone. And hey, listen, what are the conversations in Houston right now for C.J. Stroud? Probably not great, huh?
And this is third year.
But let's qualify that. You're right. Probably not great. I'd be shocked if anybody's talking about benching him. I'd be shocked if there's anybody with the right mind that is talking about benching C.J. Stroud.
Okay.
I mean, would you agree with that?
I don't even know who their backup is. I got no clue. I don't know who their backup is.
I know who Davis.
I know who the Broncos' backup is. All right, here's this. This is going to work, by the way, pro Bo. This is going to be a pro Bo thing. Because people are saying Bo Nix is Drew Lock Part 2. Well, here is why that was suggested. Lock through 21 starts, Nix through 21 starts. Pretty good sample size, right? 21 starts, pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Before I give you these numbers, who do you think has had a better 21 starts with the Denver Broncos? And why?
Bo Nix. By far, because last year he took care of the football.
Yeah, I'd say Bo Nix got to the playoffs.
Drew Lock, passing yards, 4,513. Bo Nix, 4,454. So Drew actually had more passing yards. Passing touchdowns. Drew Lock, 24. Bo Nix, 35. And here's the one that's probably, well, you tell me what you think. Interceptions, 18 for Drew Lock. So 24-18.
well, there's a few more picks because he just didn't care. I mean, he was looking – to me, Drew Lock's on one hand why you love him, but on the other hand why he's not ever going to be a true starter in the league for a long time is because he's always looking for the big play.
Yeah,
I think that hurts him.
But there's also a lot of intangibles that go into this thing, okay? Drew Lock was a child. He was.
Yep.
He was a child. He was on the sideline. He's being a goofball. He's, I mean, you can have fun. He's doing his raps and singing along and doing all that. Bo Nix is a leader, right? And at least I think so. It sure appears that Bo is a good leader. It appeared that way during training camp. We brought that up multiple times, right? So there's intangibles they factor into this thing as well, and that's where the biggest difference is.
I said during training camp, I thought Bo Nix, he never really had these great blow-up days, and if he did, he never had two in a row, really. But he looked like an NFL starting quarterback. He carried himself, going to your leadership point right there, Tyler. He looked like he had command of what's going on and where they're going to go. I still think he's an emotional kid. I still think he's young in this league. I think they got a lot of props and a lot of respect last year. I think there was a lot of articles being read. And then your coach, which I firmly believe this. I said it back then. I'm going to say it now because now we're 1-2. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen a coach do, basically going out there and throwing your second-year quarterback as a top 4 player in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do that. That was an ego comment by a coach who stuck by Bo Nix, and there was a lot of detractors for drafting Bo Nix at 12. That was an ego comment. I'm smarter than you. You're stupid. He's a top 4 player. And I just feel, man, because there was something a little bit different, I just feel that got to Bo a little bit. I think that added pressure. Listen, the most pressure-packed position in pro sports might be starting quarterback anyway. And you're going to pile even more on there? I thought that was just a dumb thing Sean did.
What did Cher say to Nicolas Cage and Moonstruck?
Huh?
No, you don't love me.
Snap out of it.
Yeah, snap out of it.
And that's what I would say. Whatever's going on, snap out of it. Not to be a jerk here, but cry me a river on all of that. Let's go. Snap out of it. We didn't sign up for you to be the, worst quarterback by PFF standards or this sort of start. I don't know if you're a team. I have no idea what the chemistry is with Bo Nix behind the scenes with his teammates. They seem to like him. They say good things about him, as far as I can tell. We've been told that the couple of dust-ups with him and Sean are just because it's loud and we're just sort of hashing things out. All right, I'll believe that. I see Bo mouthing, I've had so many chances on the sideline. You've seen that video a million times. All right, snap out of it. Let's go. I don't know how else to put it. But, how patient are you going to be with somebody in their second year if the rest of the team's pretty good?
Patient. You're going to be patient.
Patient. Are you?
There is not going to be a rush to put Bo Nix on the bench, and especially when Sean Payton is the coach. So let's put that into context also here, right? Sean Payton doesn't want to be wrong. He's not going to be in a rush to put his guy on the bench.
You're going to run. If you're going to throw. Certainty, not, I don't know what I'm going to do. Running with a confidence like I'm running, not running, I'm going to get hit. He made up his mind to do what he needed to do, and he did it. Whatever, the Bible says, whatever your hands find to do, do it with all your might. And we're hoping that we have a consistency, and not just Caden, but everyone, do it with everything you got. And I think you just seen a kid just hit another switch and say, I got to get this together, and I got to play up to my ability.
Is it possible they actually do have a good team and they just had a really, really bad game against Houston? That is an anomaly, and they're actually a pretty good team.
It's not a good team. Are they as bad as they looked? I don't know, man. Who's not going to look bad when you're rotating 3 quarterbacks? You got your third quarterback starting. You're not cemented there. That's not going to look good. They're probably not as bad as it felt, but no, they're not a good team. They got defensive issues. They can't stop the run. They can't run the ball. Those are 2 very elementary just fundamental basics of football that if you can't do those, I'm going to have a hard time calling you a good team.
Yeah, no, they're not good.
Okay.
They're what did you say about the NFL? There's some really good teams, and then there's some really funky teams, and there's these teams here in the middle. I think they're in the lower half of the middle teams.
I was trying to give them the benefit of the doubt a little bit.
Well, where do you think
Georgia Tech is nationally ranked in 4-0 right now. I mean, Georgia Tech is...
They played Georgia Tech really well in hindsight.
Right. Like, I'm trying to cut them a little slack here. Like, hey, I get it. You ran right up.
Guess what you got? Tech. You got about 3 or 4 weeks in a row against ranked teams to show us.
Oh, that's right. And we'll know, won't we?
And 2 of those 3, I think, are in home, right?
Oh man, schedule.
You got BYU, Iowa State, and
then you're on the road.
Someone then Utah. I'm drawing a blank on the one.
TCU, but that's on the road for sure.
So BYU and Iowa State are at home.
Yep.
Okay. Well, hey man, here we go. Round 2 with BYU. Everybody remember that last? Don't forget the Alamo. You remember?
No.
Do you guys remember anything about that game?
Not at all.
Nothing.
No.
I remember they got crushed.
I remember Ralphie was tiptoeing. That's all I remember. I remember Ralphie's tiptoe.
All right, here's Brett Kane. You got Brett? I didn't know. Like, I get it. Brett's from Nebraska, whatever, and Brett insists he's a Kansas State fan and that his wife's a Nebraska fan. But I'm like, how long you got to live here in the state to understand how awesome Ralphie is? I have actually never literally heard anybody like sort of down talk Ralphie and not be into Ralphie. That was stunning to me that somebody was so little impressed with it. And we can all say Ralphie 6 sucked. I mean, what do you want to say about Ralphie 6?
Yeah, the last one, last year's.
Enjoy retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, lucky it's not good. Here's Kaner ripping on Ralphie.
Dion's enthusiasm about the animal matched mine in that answer. He's like, what is it?
Well, then
she ran.
Then I've got enough.
She ran.
I've got enough for all of us, then, dude, because it's a big deal.
No, let me tell you
Moser
something. Let me tell you something. We walked in here Monday before the show started. It's like 6:58, and it was something. So it was like, Moser, did you catch the Buffs game? And I said, of course. And he said, she ran, bro. It's the first thing he said to me, and I'm like, I'm trying to imagine, like, if you're in Athens, Georgia, and somebody goes, you catch that Dogs game last night? And it's like, yeah, and they go, Uga took a dump on the sideline. If it's the first thing that's mentioned out of their mouths.
I got news for you. That game took place a few days ago. My lasting memory of that game will not be any of the plays.
No,
will not be Kane Salter, will not
Ralphie
be any of that crap.
ran.
My memory of that game will be those 2 handlers face planning when Ralphie made the turn back toward.
All right, so I agree with Vic and Moshe, by the way. My enthusiasm for Ralphie was off the charts. Kaners is not into Ralphie?
He's not from here, though.
Yeah, it's a dumb take. Ralphie is the single greatest mascot entrance in college football.
Yeah. You ain't seeing LSU sprint their tiger down the field.
It is the greatest mascot entrance in college football.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Now Prime is not into Ralphie. That's pretty clear.
Yeah, well,
Prime ain't into Ralphie.
I think Prime's scared of Ralphie.
I agree.
This isn't Prime's hump.
Ralphie is not Prime's hump. Prime, after the game, had to be made aware that Ralphie is a female. Like, Prime just is not into the Ralphie stuff. But Kaner?
Well,
what does it say when
listen, I will say this. If he is honestly a K-State fan,
things.
If he's honestly a K-State fan, and I grew up in Kansas, he's the only fan of K-State I've ever known that didn't go to school there. Now, if you went to school there, they are hardcore. I've got 2 or 3 good buddies that went there. Hardcore Wildcat fans. But if you didn't go to school there, no, I don't know anybody.
Yeah, but how do you not appreciate Ralphie?
All I know is I watched those 2 runs about 15 different times each, and they were exhilarating.
My mascot is a stoner in a orange costume. Talk about being embarrassed by your mascot. Trust me, the worst thing about Syracuse is the whole orange thing. And the alternate nickname is the Saltine Warrior, another ridiculous thing. I'm humiliated by the nickname and all the other Syracuse stuff like that. Ralphie?
So what word of Saltine Warrior? Do you guys serve sardines at the game?
Their colors used to be pink and green. Who knows what was going on in the 1800s, brother? I have no idea. Like, colleges get some bad things in their
No,
past.
but what is a saltine warrior?
It's, I don't know. It's the Salt City, Syracuse, because there's big salt deposits they used to mine in like 1,000 years ago. So the Saltine Warrior is somebody that mined salt.
For the cracker?
Trust me, it's stupid.
Okay.
And I got to live with that. I got here to Colorado and saw Ralphie in the fall of 99 when I first became aware of it and was like, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. And if Uga is taking a dump on the sidelines, and Bevo just stands there with the big stupid horns not doing nothing, nobody has a mascot like CU. Tiger, they don't take the Tiger for a jog. What else? You want to keep going somewhere?
No, I mean, it's literally the single greatest entrance in college football from a mascot.
And the fact that they didn't, and they had lazy Ralphie, that what would Vic say? It should be a rug? I mean, it's pretty funny. Whatever you want to do with Ralphie 6 is fine by me. I think he just, Ralphie 6 just got like.
I think Ralphie
lazy.
6, they should have had like a tent and a barbecue going, and after you got done, paying homage to Ralphie 6 right there and eating a bunch of buffalo burgers.
But I'm telling you,
been
man,
funny.
On Parents' Weekend in front of, at the time, and they all left, by the way. I talked to my kid because I go, where were you at 11 o'clock? Because did you see the videos? Like the student section was just empty in the fourth quarter. I go, where were you at 11:06? He goes, at a house party down the street. They did. The students did kind of skedaddle.
So they really don't care about – that's a little sad thing too.
It has not been like that. I wonder if that was about the game, about the score, because those night games have been phenomenal up there.
Yeah. Well, you know what they did stick around for and got everybody going? I swear to God, we were all talking about it. The whole weekend was about Ralphie 7 being back. And it was awesome. Kaner. It's the first time I've ever heard somebody like rip on Ralphie.
What the hell is Cam the Ram doing?
Cam the Ram is about to give Jay Norvell his walking papers if he can't figure it out here against Washington State. That's what Cam the Ram's doing. Washington State ain't a good team. You get blown out by them or something. Did you see how CSU blew the game last weekend?
Again, another one?
You didn't catch it?
No.
They kick an extra point, tie the game. There's a penalty. They go for 2, don't get it, and lose by a point. Yeah. That's where Jay Norvell's going. And by the way, they benched the $600,000 man.
I did see that.
Right? You see that? So $600,000 man just got benched. That thing, talk about circling the grain.
You benched their $1 million man, so
yeah,
I don't have much room to talk.
Good point. Peyton Manning on the Manning Cast has 5 rule changes. You'll hear them and see what he suggests coming up next.
Hey guys, Tyler here from my friends over at Advanced Hair Restoration. If you're struggling with hair loss, whether that's a bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning hair, call Advanced Hair Restoration at 720-459-HAIR. Nobody can offer anything like the advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair. They've already changed tens of thousands of lives. You deserve to be the next one. And when you go to Advanced Hair Restoration, just know that you're going to be in a calm, relaxed environment. You're going to have the best of the best working on you. Dr. Tanya Pauls is legendary. The entire staff, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic at what they do. You guys, Advanced Hair believes what they do so much, they're going to guarantee your hair is going to grow for life. Lifetime guarantee with your own natural hair starting to regrow the very next day. So call 720-459-HAIR. You're going to get 250 free hair grafts and $250 off, but that is a limited time offer. Or check out those before and after photos at advancedhair.com.
All right, we're going to get to Peyton Manning on the Manning cast in here in a second. We do have Prime. Prime was asked about the students leaving in the third quarter.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and his answer's actually, I actually am siding with Prime on this. Go ahead, Dan.
You would love that to happen. Because when they're leaving, what does that mean?
Game's out of hand.
That means the game is over. They going to party. I'm cool with that. They're right down the corner. On what street is that down there? No, not Pearl Street. On the hill. That's where they at. That's cool. I know where they at. So I don't mind them emptying. You got to understand it was family weekend as well.
Sure.
So a lot of the older family members probably said, "Okay, let's go home, honey," and they wanted to get out of there. But we're winning. That means we're winning.
Yeah,
He's 100% right.
He is right.
He is 100% right.
And all I'm telling you, I think you guys have been watching these games on TV. I've been to a handful of these night games. There has not been an exodus in the second half. There has not been.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been a thrilling environment. So, I really do think it was because of the game.
Yeah.
And parents' weekend, so now mom and dad left. So they finally gone. Now let's go party.
There you go.
Exactly. And like I said, I texted my kid, where were you at 11 o'clock? He goes, I was at a party. I mean, I'm laughing because Prime is 1,000% right. And I told you guys, all I saw on the hill that whole day were the parents drinking with the kids. I mean, everybody's kind of a little, sort of whatever. And the game was out of hand. Prime, I got you back on that, brother. We'll see against BYU, right? It's probably going to be a closer game, you would hope, right? And the parents aren't going to be around. So Prime is knocking out of the park. So props to Prime on that. I don't think there's anything to worry about. I think that's exactly what it was. Okay, Peyton Manning on the Manning cast.
I keep forgetting to watch it.
I
literally just don't. It doesn't even enter my mind anymore.
They are doing such a better job with it because in the past when they would bring a guest on, it was a little janky.
Almost too long sometimes.
They really got it dialed in way better. Who is the actor in Dumb and Dumber? Not Jim Carrey. Not Jim Carrey.
Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels.
One of the best actors ever.
A great actor. Lifelong Lions fan. Like high school football guy in the Detroit area, just a huge Lions fan. He was great.
I was on the dais once with Jeff. Set right
No
beside
kidding.
him for a roast. It was a roast of Chuck Daly to raise money for something in Detroit. And so Jeff was on there. That's why I first met him.
He was great. Then they brought on Daniel Jones, who has he's a doorknob. He has no personality, nothing. But they had fun with him because they had a lot of funny photos and different things. They had a photo of him being interviewed and Eli like putting his shoes on because Eli was getting pushed out the door for Daniel Jones in New York. That was pretty funny. And Daniel Jones had a fathead of Eli and Payton in his like bedroom, like when he was a little kid. How about that? Which is kind of funny.
What is Brian Dable thinking right now? Seeing Daniel Jones just ball out. What is he thinking?
Good question. And finally, they had Michael Phelps on, who is a gargantuan. He was teaching Ravens players how to swim. Like they did a whole thing because a lot of football guys have never learned how to swim in their life. And, I don't know, man. They really figured it out. Anyway, part of it is Peyton wanted 5 new rules, okay? Now, a couple of them are just goofy, but a couple of them are serious. Dan, do you have the audio of rule number 1?
Rule number 1, intercepted Hail Mary shouldn't count against quarterbacks at the end of the half. Hail Mary throws at the end of the first half should be a team interception.
Okay, this is like the NBA.
It's like the NBA one.
Do you agree or disagree with that?
I don't disagree with it.
Then Eli said, what if they catch it? He goes, Peyton was like, oh, that should count. But like in the NBA, if they hit the shot,
you get the shot attempt and the field goal made.
They do.
Well, they count it as a shot made and a shot attempted.
So it only is
but they changed it. It's not going to be a shot attempted anymore.
Not. But if you make it, it will.
Okay,
that is awesome
because the points still count if it goes in.
Okay,
so it's a shot attempted, shot made. You get the points.
So it's just a total freebie.
Yeah, and what he's saying. So should
I actually absolutely agree. 100%.
Yeah,
interceptions should not count against quarterbacks.
Well, I just have one at the end of the game.
On Hail Marys.
All right, listen to the second one here. Go ahead. This is a little trickier, but go ahead.
Number 2, false start, offside, equity within the 10-yard line. If you're on the 1-yard line, the offense false starts, they go back to the 6-yard line. The very next play, if the defense jumps off sides, they only go back half the distance to the 3-yard line. The offense is entitled to get those 5 yards back. That rule makes no sense. Offensive dum-dum, 5 yards back. Defensive dum-dum, I want those 5 yards back.
You know what? I'm a dum-dum because I've never even thought about that one. And man, is he right.
Right?
Holy cow, is he right.
That makes perfect sense.
That has never even entered my mind that is not, that doesn't equate.
Right? Easy one, right?
Yeah.
Great idea.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Number 3.
Number 3, targets should not be an official statistic. Targets are one of the biggest reasons wide receivers get angry with quarterbacks. They should be outlawed. How do people know who I was throwing to when the ball was batted or when I was throwing it away? How does some statistician know who the quarterback was targeting? They don't. Let's get rid of targets.
I disagree on that one.
I'm okay.
I mean that one's just pure quarterback ego driven.
Okay.
I'm okay with that because I think the targeting thing all came up because of fantasy football.
I think the amount of balls that are deflected or it's nebulous who it's going to is pretty low. I mean, in general.
Yeah, but why do you care?
If you wanted to make a rule that on a batted ball you can't make an official target, okay, we could talk about that.
That makes more sense.
But yeah, you can't get rid of targets.
He doesn't like if you have
And believe me, the wide receivers, they don't need to look at a stat sheet to know how many targets they got.
Okay.
Yeah, so why have the stat then?
The last couple are a little goofy. A lot of goofy. Go ahead, number 4.
Number 4, batted balls should be illegal. They should be banned. Nobody comes to a football game hoping to see someone bat down a pass. It's lazy by the defensive lineman. It means his pass rush didn't work. It should be an automatic replay the down.
Dude, nothing ticks off an offensive lineman more than a batted ball because he's right. Do you know how frustrating it is to block this dude perfectly? To be perfectly engaged to stonewall him, and all of a sudden he just throws his hand up there and he bats the ball.
And then Bo Nix goes 3/4 and throws it out too late and gets batted down like he did 3 times.
Bo's got a problem with it. He does. He's got a real problem with batted balls.
We could call this the Shelby Harris rule because Shelby's made a career just doing this one
Scott,
thing.
Case and physically hand it to the quarterback. It would eliminate those type of plays because of the public embarrassment by the defensive player. Right now, Eli, it's kind of a payroll deduct type thing. Doesn't have that effect that a public payment would have. So, Eli, you like this rule? And who's calling the commissioner? You want to call him or you want me to?
And there you go. Having some fun. But it'd be funny if you just saw a suitcase of cash and just, here you go.
Just pull it out of your ass.
That'd be pretty funny. All right, there you go. Fun stuff. Couple of serious ones there that are kind of cool. Not bad.
I really like the false start offsides equity.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Never thought of that in a million years.
No.
It's a good one. Makes perfect sense.
And the Hail Mary one, I'm telling you.
It's like the NBA.
He's
Same
an
thing.
NBA fan. He saw the NBA made that change. That's probably where he came up with it.
Okay, we'll go around the NFL coming up next.
Goff under center, second down 10, 15-yard line of the Lions against the snap. He hands to Montgomery over the right guard, poke a tackle on the hash mark, the 20, breaks free at the 30, running up the middle of foot race to the 50. Down the middle he goes, the 40. He cuts to the left, he's on the numbers, the 30. He's past the 20, and he's down near the 11-yard line. What a gallop! 71 yards! A beautiful run by Montgomery.
Under the category, nobody gives a crap about my fantasy team, rightfully so. Just to let you guys know, I say to my wife, I need David Montgomery right now to run for a touchdown. He wasn't even playing in the drive. It was Gibbs. They put in Montgomery late, even though he had a big game. I said it to my wife, and it happened. And because of that, I beat Dan Tanner in fantasy football. And Jared Goff after the game said, I thought he might have laid down like at the 1-yard line, but he ran right in. So I know, again, nobody gives a crap about my fantasy team for any reason, but Dan,
sucker.
That being said, wow, what a game, man. That was fun.
It was a blast, man. I mean, I guess all those who were prematurely anointing the Lions' demise have been humbled pretty quickly.
No doubt
After
about
week
it.
one. Right?
Yeah, after
Yeah.
week one,
Yeah.
asking all these silly questions about, how many motions do you have? Ben Johnson used to have so many motions.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like our guy, Johnny Morton, who came from the Denver Broncos,
How about that?
is scheming up one hell of an offense.
What are you, a passing game coordinator here?
Think so.
Those title?
They look unstoppable as an offense. And I don't know what is going on with Derrick Henry.
No, real fast. So Johnny Morton started as a passing game coordinator here.
He came from the Lions to us, back to the Lions.
Yeah, but went from passing game coordinator to calling plays.
Yeah.
So a guy in charge of quarterbacks and
There you go.
schemes and offense can call plays and do it okay.
Had Morton ever called plays before?
Not sure.
Because that would be, I know what you're going, you're Davis Webb. But Davis just hasn't called plays. But I'm not saying he can't or doesn't know it. Listen, Scott, I think it's a fair question. If things are going to go south with Bo, you got to change something. And if you ain't changing Bo and things aren't good, then what else are you going to change?
I don't know if Johnny had actually been an offensive coordinator before, but I know he's been in the league forever.
Okay.
I mean, he's been around 20 years,
Well,
20 plus years.
To help Scott's argument, so has Davis Webb relatively, not that many years, but he played in the NFL as a quarterback. I mean, that's got to count for something. Like, he would be aware of play calling better than anybody else.
Hey, I'm not saying young kids can't make it work. We saw Sean McVay become the youngest coach ever. He made it work. We see Kevin O'Connell making it work.
You got to call plays for the first time in the NFL at some point, right? It has to happen at some point.
Really, really quick, though, for Davis Webb. Really quick.
Well, before you bench Bo,
This is his third year coaching.
These are probably conversations we need to have if Cincinnati beats the Broncos. So, but
Johnny Morton was an offensive coordinator in 2017 for the New York Jets.
it's interesting what he's doing now. The Lions look great. And I don't think the Ravens look bad. How about the Ravens being 1-2, though? Do you think Ravens fans are freaking out just a little bit?
Yeah, but they I mean, look at their schedule, too. They not like they played,
Tough.
Carolina and New Orleans.
You lose to the Lions and the Bills, both on the road.
They're going to be all right.
Yeah.
Ravens will be fine.
All right, next game, Packers and Browns. What a win for the Browns.
Flacco turns, gives it to the rookie, Judkins into the end zone. It's a Cleveland touchdown.
Okay, fellas, we keep rolling with Joe Flacco, right? Did Joe save his bacon just a little bit longer?
I don't even think he had to save his bacon. I mean,
Yeah?
he's the guy.
0-3, he's still the guy?
Yep, he's the guy.
Okay.
For about 2 or 3 more weeks.
At what point is he not the guy?
Well, I told you that Shadur will be starting by week 7.
Okay. So when's Joe? Because it ain't Shadur's job next. It's Dylan Gabriel's job next.
So you think.
Yeah, so I do think. You got news to break?
Yeah, I just said it.
You talking to Prime
Shadur
these days, or what do you-
Sanders will be a starting quarterback for week 7.
So your prediction is Shadur will jump Dylan Gabriel once?
No, I'm just saying he'll be the starter for week 7.
Yeah, it's trying just settle you in here a little bit.
Well, no, I mean, if you want to say, well, then they'll bring in the other guy, Gabriel, come in and he'll suck for 2 games. Then they'll give.
If you
Shedeur
want
a
week
chance.
7, then you got to go with he's jumping Dylan Gabriel because you're not getting all the way to Shedeur Sanders by week 7 if Dylan Gabriel gets the first crack at it.
If he gets the first crap and stinks the first 2 games, then it'll be boom. Here we go.
Well, I think Joe Flacco gave himself a little bit more
Flacco
wiggle room.
4, and then 5 and 6 for Gabriel, and then game 7 Shedeur.
Are the Browns a little bit better than we thought?
They played the Rams. Excuse me, not the Rams. They played the Bengals really competitive in week 1, and that was with Joe Burrow.
For part of the game. That was the game that Burrow came out and Browning finished it up.
Was that week 1?
I thought so, wasn't it? Or was it?
In my mind, that was week 2.
Because did Cincinnati win week? No, you might have been week 2. You might be right. Because they started off 2-0, right, Cincinnati?
Yeah.
So I think it was Browning week 2. I think you're right.
Okay. Anyways, they played the Bengals really tough. It was 17-16, and then they got smoked by the Ravens, and you just beat a really good Packers team. So, yeah,
Maybe.
they're competitive.
We move on, and we do have breaking news out of the Big Apple. Chiefs, Giants.
Play 11 of the drive. Mahomes pumps, fires end zone. It is caught for the touchdown by Tyquan Thornton. Blanketed by Phillips. But somehow Mahomes squeezes it in there, and Thornton with a touchdown for the Chiefs.
Well, the Chiefs didn't look great, but they won the game. They're not 0-3. But the breaking news out of, well, more like Jersey, not the Big Apple. Russell Wilson has been benched for Jackson Dart. That's the word that's coming out of New York right now. Reaction to that?
Well, we said he wouldn't be here for week 6.
7. Yeah.
Is it week 7 here?
Week 7 here.
Yeah. He won't be here week 7.
He will not. I mean, Jameis Winston's also there. So Russ may technically be the 3rd string guy today.
Probably. Yeah. I'd imagine he goes straight to 3rd string.
Right.
Look, man, I mean, they're 0-3, and Russ had 1 fool's gold game.
Yeah.
And 2 bad games.
God, he was really good in that
Dallas
game. He was.
Turns out Dallas might not be so hot.
Right. Probably good news for the Broncos, right? Where does it go for Russell Wilson now, you suppose, fellas?
Well, he'll either go to TV next year or he'll be a backup quarterback for the next 4 years.
Do they just cut him and just eat the money and just are like...
Nah, there's no reason to cut him. You've already paid the money, you know? I mean, there's no reason to do that.
I know it was like in the Broncos locker room with him bumping around and not playing. It was awkward, to say the least. It wasn't smooth for those couple of weeks. And you got a lot more than a couple of weeks there in New York.
Yeah, but he's barely even been announced as the starter. It's week 3 and he's getting replaced. I think that's a different vibe.
All right, I'm just saying he's got a big personality, and his presence when he's not playing is noted.
I wouldn't.
At least
cut
it
him.
was here. But there you go, Russell Wilson. You made it 3 weeks in New York. Because at this point, if you're going with Jackson Dart, you're going all the way with Jackson Dart, right? Like, no matter what your record is.
Well, unless he just falls on his rear end.
Yeah, I think even if he falls on his rear end, you keep going with Jackson Dart at this point. I mean, aren't the Giants kind of announcing, hey, it's more about developing Jackson Dart than winning games this year?
Well, if your thing is, okay, we're going to go with Dart, we're going to develop Dart, then you're going for that first pick in the draft.
Oh, God, that's sewn up by the Saints right now.
How's it sewn up? They're 0-3. Giants are 0-3.
To me, it's different.
Haven't the Saints won a game?
No, they are terrible. I mean, they are god-awful. I don't know how they win an NFL game this entire year. I mean, something probably will happen, but no, they're as bad. You think the Giants are that bad? Really?
They're not good.
See.
Well, okay. Next game, Raiders Commanders.
The rookie, Krosky Merritt, straight ahead. Touchdown, Commanders.
Guys, the Commanders winning without Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, isn't Marcus Mariota easy to root for? Like,
Yes.
he's like a Jameis Winston, right?
Yes.
He's one of those guys that, how could you not like Marcus Mariota? If he didn't have all the injury concerns, that dude should still be starting in the NFL somewhere.
Well, he might be. Well, it won't be Washington.
Nice little backup, though. No reason to get rid of him.
They put up a 40-burger.
41-24. They sure did.
Well, listen, he had, if you remember the first quarterbacks, he was one of the quarterbacks. And he had it going the first 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah.
And then just kind of slipped off and then got hurt and adios, we'll see you later.
Maybe more important, what's your opinion right now of the Raiders?
I thought they were going to look more competitive than this. Maybe it's going to come later in the season. Pete Carroll, generally speaking, is going to have very competitive football teams. Geno has not been as good as I thought he'd be. So,
and by the way, Genty got his wish, didn't he? I mean, they fed him.
What were his stats?
17 carries for 63 yards, 17 carries out of 28 total carries, including 2 scrambles by Geno Smith. So you really could say it was 17 carries out of 26 called for. 17 out of 26 went to Genty. 63 yards, 3.7 per with a long of 18. No touchdowns.
Okay.
How much per?
3.7.
It's okay. It's not special, but it's okay.
It's not special. It's okay. Bowers, 4 catches for 38 yards. It's okay. They're a subpar team, and they have okay numbers.
And you should sweep them.
And you should sweep them. I think this is good news for the Broncos,
Yeah.
okay? Like, all right.
Well, and the Chargers and the
It's
Chiefs.
really good news for the Chargers. There's nothing but good news for the Chargers these days.
Yeah.
Like, if you're the Chargers, like, I mean, at this point, don't you think losing the AFC West would
It seems like it's going to be a tough thing to do.
Who's going to catch them?
Well, but they still got to play everybody that we do, and they still got to play Philly and Washington and Dallas.
I get it, but they've done a hard thing already. They're already 3-0 in the AFC West. I mean, and they got to play. Well, they play everybody again.
Yeah, they got Denver at home. They got to go to Denver. So,
but they get the Raiders in LA.
Chiefs are in Kansas City.
It is in Kansas City, yeah, because the Brazil game was a
So
home game.
I mean, there's 2 right there. Listen, Justin Herbert is, in my opinion, a top 5 quarterback, no question, and
leading MVP candidate as of today.
And he won the game. I mean, that guy was a game difference changer. You went back and watched that film. That last touchdown that
Unreal.
he threw, I mean, he could have been sacked.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
Zach
he got
Allen
hit
had
pretty
him.
good, got out of there, and then made a crossbody throw
rolling out to his left.
Crossbody throw, rolled to the left.
You put that ball 6 inches to the right, and you got problems.
6 inches to the left, it's incomplete. 6 inches to the right, it's deflected or interception.
Yep.
Because Moss had good coverage. That wasn't horrible coverage on that play either.
I agree.
Our guys in the morning had an interesting reaction to the Michael Malone sound. I'm curious where you land on it. We did touch on it briefly yesterday, but their reaction was curious. We'll hear that coming up next.